YouTube? What's going on?
What is up, y'all? We are back again, and we have been getting so many comments of people asking us to react to Serena Williams crip walking at the Super Bowl.
And as you've seen, okay, you want to start first, your reaction?
Okay, yeah, whenever I seen it, honestly, I didn't even give it a second thought at first. But as most of us know, Serena Williams is a baptized Jehovah's Witness. She got baptized on January 8th, 2023 is what I saw from the screenshot. And so she is legit in it now, even though her family's been part of it since like 1980s or something. It's been a long time since, she's been acquainted with Jehovah's Witnesses. So I think when people saw it, they were kind of just like, she's dancing to this music for one at the Super Bowl, crip walking. Like, that's what crazy. Is going on? The hypocrisy.
Right. I didn't, like you said, I didn't think nothing of it. Yeah. It went because been away from the cult so long. I don't think much about it until you had said something about all the people that is reaching out. I'm like, dang, I don't even know what to say about it, but because to me, I mean, do your thing. Like, I could care less about it, but then I thought about from the perspective of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
And you see, like, the two main people who had an issue with the Super Bowl, the racist people, and I guess Jehovah's Witnesses now. Sure. And you got to remember how black culture and hip hop is viewed in the organization.
And it has always been viewed that way.
Yep, it's taboo to participate in anything like that. Even as far as like our dress and grooming or anything, this culture about us was always like a no-go. Like, you can't have, as a man that's a Jehovah's Witness, your hair can't look like this.
Yep.
And even the music, like stuff like that. So I guess for a Jehovah's Witness to be on that platform in front of everybody, like that's what they call bad association.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember even seeing, because I follow Christy Sarah, which if some of you guys know, she's a Jehovah's Witness too. And she's like, she started on TikTok, like real big on TikTok and now on Instagram and stuff. But she was at the Super Bowl and they were all singing to, this song, just living their life. But it was a Sunday. She probably missed her meeting to go to the Super Bowl in person.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. But I think this is something else that's just really annoying about the organization is that you're like always up for scrutiny. And even more so in the, like somebody like her who's in the public eye, because we had even found like a little article where, remember whenever Serena Williams like kind of lashed out at the judge for calling like a bad play or whatever happened. Right. Okay, so we looked this up and here's a little screenshot from that. Williams was disqualified after she reacted badly to a call going against her, and church elders reportedly called on her in the days after the game. She said about that time, what bothered me the most was that I was representing my religion. I just felt like anyone who knew I was a witness was stumbled, and I really don't want to stumble anybody. They had to have a talk with me. During an interview with Vogue in 2017, Williams spoke about her faith and also the support of her husband. Being a Jehovah's Witness is important to me, but I've never really practiced it and have been wanting to get into it. So that is like, the fact that the elders called her about that her getting disqualified and kind of like lashing out or whatever, but that is like just something that you deal with whenever you're a part of this religion. And at this time, she wasn't even baptized.
That my issue, and people may not agree with this, to be quite honest, the elders got so nervous because this is Serena Williams and this is y'all as elders. Y'all ain't got no say so to be telling Serena nothing. Like, this is the GOAT when it comes to tennis.
Facts.
She's top tier. Like,
and she was not an baptized Jehovah's Witness at that time.
And even in reality, if she is, you don't get to tell somebody else just grown what to do
all the time.
No, and especially with sports. Like, sports it gets like that. It's competitive, and sometimes you are quicker to lose your temper in a game versus real life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
like
leave that
alone. You're playing for money. You're playing for like real stuff at that point.
And it was justified if the judge was being on some bull. Yeah, she's allowed to speak out, and as Jehovah's Witnesses, you are not really allowed to speak up for yourself in general.
You're not even supposed to be competitive like that. Even her choice of what her career was that's something that's frowned upon in the Jehovah's Witness organization, But like, even her thoughts about it, like she didn't want to stumble anybody, you know what I mean?
I hate that word.
Oh my God. Like, it's just so annoying. And I think whenever you're in the public eye, putting yourself in a position to be, always getting scrutinized in that way.
I agree. And that stumble, like, everybody growing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You are not, if what somebody eat don't make you sugar, honey, iced tea, as they say. Whatever she's doing on TV, that's her business.
Yeah.
And whatever you doing, that has nothing to do with your so-called service to Jehovah.
Or your spirituality.
No, none of that. That's irrelevant. That's that person.
Yeah.
Let them be them and you do you.
Especially these rules that aren't really rules. Like, they're not from the Bible or anything like that. You know what I mean? And the truth is, you brought it up earlier before we started making this video, but like, it's people talking about the hypocrisy of it, but in reality, like, everybody is a hypocrite.
Exactly.
Even people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses, like, we are hypocrites because we are constantly evolving. We might have one thought and one belief yesterday and have a different thought and belief tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's just being human. Like, we're not robots. We're not going to do everything perfectly by the book, like, that's just not reality.
Yeah, and the people that watch it, because sometimes you may do something unknowingly and somebody may be like, you just did such and such, or you just said that, and it's like, oh shoot,
you're right.
let me correct myself.
Yeah,
that's the growth of humans. Is, oh shoot, I did mess up, or I did go against my own word or way of being. Let me correct that.
Yep.
And that's part of it. And most Jehovah's Witnesses are like that, but like you said, they ain't on TV.
No, they're not on TV.
That's the only difference. She on TV.
In the public eye, like, no.
Yep.
And then of the same article, there was a point where Serena Williams was talking about, like, how, she doesn't celebrate birthdays. Her family doesn't celebrate birthdays. So it says the 41-year-old who won 23 tennis Grand Slam tournaments during her career has seen her faith becoming a talking point on a number of occasions. When her daughter Alexis Olympia was approaching her first birthday in 2018, Williams took the opportunity to say that she and her husband Alexis Ohanian would not be throwing a party as it would be against their faith. Williams and Ohanian are Jehovah's Witnesses, and the former U.S. Open champion said at the time that Olympia doesn't celebrate birthdays. We're Jehovah's Witnesses, so we don't do that. So she definitely does, like, claim the religion. You know what I mean? It is not a something that she's, like, not claiming. Yeah. It's not a secret.
And she said something that a lot of witnesses who believe in it but ain't baptized, to save the face of the organization, they'll say, like, I haven't been practicing it, but I believe in it. That way, it's letting everybody know, like, everybody else is good. Yeah. I'm just not doing, in a humble way, I'm just not following it, but I believe it.
Right.
But don't let this be a reflection of no, that is a reflection of the organization. That's how the people are. You got some that are very strict about it, but most of them, hit and miss, everybody got their thing.
Yeah, but this is another thing too with, like, celebrities that are Jehovah's Witnesses. There's, like, a lot of rules that just kind of don't apply to them, because you will see them constantly with people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses, associating with worldly people. Like, even in this article, it mentioned about her going to Meghan Markle's wedding. You know what I mean? Like, that's not her family. That's somebody who she considered a friend. And Meghan Markle is not a Jehovah's Witness. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Christy Sarah. She is always posting and going on vacation with, going to events with other worldly people.
Yep, you have Prince. A lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that are famous, as I say, they get a pass. Yeah. They get to do things that the average witness will get in trouble for. Most witnesses can't be playing tennis. Not as often as a Serena or somebody like that would, but she gets a pass because she also represents the brand live in front of everybody.
In front of everybody. Yep. Putting it out there. It's like a promotion.
That's all. It's a business thing.
Yeah. Yep. And that's another reason, like, don't let this organization stop you from living out your dreams, because just don't get baptized until you're, like, done and over with it. You know what I'm saying? But I remember even Jason Worlds, whenever he was, he turned into a Jehovah's Witness, and he ended up quitting his whole football career for the organization, and they made an example of that. Like, the organization made an example of that. Like, look at this guy. He left his NFL career to, be a Jehovah's Witness. No, don't do that.
Yeah, he made an example of what you shouldn't do.
Yeah, don't.
And like I always advise witnesses, I advise all y'all to live a double life. All of y'all. Like what Serena doing, I represent and applaud and salute that all the way. Live a double life. Don't follow all the rules. That way, when you wake up, you ain't got that many regrets. Because it's like, all right, I ain't wasted that much time. Been doing that. Been doing this. That was my thing. Once I got to a certain point in that organization, I quit following the rules. I felt bad about it, but after a while, I was like, well, at least I don't have to feel bad. I'm not getting my first tattoo, at this age or not, because I've been did that. All the fun stuff I wanted to do, I already did it. So I advise all, especially PMOs, you ain't got to answer to them people. Do like Serena. Follow your dreams, your careers, whatever it is you want to do.
I think having ideas like that is like, it just depends on the personality type, because like for you, that was okay. You know what I mean? Like being able to live a double life and stuff. And it makes the transition easier. You know what I mean? Because then whenever you do wake up or you do leave or you do get disfellowshipped, now at least you have friends on the outside, and you have a community on the outside that you're able to go to. But like people like me, that type of stuff just doesn't work. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel, like you said, super guilty and stuff like that. And when I'm all in something, I'm just in it.
And now I'm speaking on, like I mentioned, the PMOs, the people that know this is a cult and know this is not the organization.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like at that point, I'm not saying like the strict Jehovah's Witnesses, but the ones that's watching this video, people like that, that's my advice to them. Like, this is not the truth. Yeah, you don't have to answer to these people. They don't have God's direction like they say. Do the stuff that you like to do, even if you can't do it publicly to where your family and everybody knows about it. Pop out, go out, have a good time, start picking up hobbies. You don't have to explain to the elders why you missed the meeting. Ain't none of their business.
Even people who are not PMO though, that's the thing. Like they are also living double lives. Like
True.
It's just facts. Even within their friend, I know, because whenever I was a Jehovah's Witness, the most Jehovah's Witnessy people, the most strict people, they were still doing things only with their friend group, the ones that it was okay around. And to everybody else, they looked so exemplary and things like that. But they were doing the same things as everybody else. Yes. Yep.
Everybody got their thing. Pick your poison. But yeah, that's our little tangent on this Serena thing. How do we feel about it? Could care less. I'm happy for her. I'm glad she didn't miss out on this opportunity because of this call. She went and did it. And however people feel, they get over it in about 48 hours. It'll be
she
all
got
right.
to be a part of the Super Bowl at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, and even though a lot of people will view it as hypocritical, which it is, but the thing is, most witnesses are messing up. Her are just public.
And a lot of times it's just jealousy. People would have loved to have been able to be on stage with Kendrick Lamar and them. Yeah. But she's with those Willow. You would have loved to do that. You just don't want to admit it. But let us know what y'all think in the comments. Instagram at Awaken Truths IG. Hit us on our Awaken Truths TikTok at Awaken Truths LLC.
And we have our healing journals. We have the regular version as well as the PMO edition. And don't forget to catch up with us in our next video. And like, comment, and subscribe.
Peace.